How to get over a 3-year relationship when we work together and see each other every other day.
Talk to the other girls in the office and pay her no mind. If you see her, smile, wave, and then go about your business. But put your attention elsewhere. If she stuck you in friend zone and you got to work with her, best thing you can do is go have a good time without her. And if there's any chance she's still slightly interested, she'll let you know.
I would definitely move on from that. Like, obviously, just kind of do your own thing. You should be working anyways. Just keep your work separate from your emotions. When you go to work, you're supposed to keep your emotions at home anyways,
What happens when you're in a small cockpit?
You put up what is it, the little divider?
Little divider.
Oh, you mean the partitions?
Yeah, put up a partition.
What happens when you got 8 hours in an airplane in a small cockpit and you're like...
Well, hopefully you can fly. Yeah.
I'm not flying.
No, but you'd be surprised how much that works, actually. It does work.
It's called being professional. You put all your bullshit aside and you do your goddamn job at the end of the day.
Because in a way, it actually intimidates them more. When they see that you're moving on, they're just like, holy shit, like, I don't have control over that person. Like, their ego just drops 6 feet underground.
Mm-hmm.
Depends on what the job is, too. If you're working at Dunkin' Donuts, that's a different situation.
Bottom line is your outcome is to be happy, to have a good life, to be with somebody that cares about you. And so if the person you are with is not caring about you, then you're going to find somebody else who will.
Well, and it also depends on how
you get fired from a job, it's the same
is.
thing. You got to go do something else. You got to find another job.
Yeah, quit your job. But it depends on, like, are we talking the first 3 weeks or the first week that you just da-da-da? But if it's, then if it's too much, then somebody's got to leave. Somebody's got to go. Which it will happen.
I don't see why, like, if you should be an adult about it. Like, nobody should have to leave their job because the other person is, like, an asshole or what have you. So, I mean, you just should be adults and move on from the BS.
You have bills to pay. They're not going to pay those bills for you.
Exactly. I mean, as much as it hurts or what have you, you gotta take care of you first. You come first.
Yeah. Unless you have a new job lined up, then that's a different story. But I don't think that's the case of this guy.
Yeah, I see that a lot too. Guys will go and get a different job. I've had clients that I've talked to that they had a house, they had a good job, and they started dating a girl in their company, and she was in a different country than him. And then he sells his house, his cars, most of his stuff, and then the rest of it he ships over to her country.
Oh no!
Because he waits like a year or whatever, 2 years, till a job opens up so he can transfer, and he moves over there and things are going well, and then like he gets over there and a week or two after he gets in town, she dumps his ass and they're working together. And he moved not because he really wanted to live there, he moved because he was afraid of losing her. And then he gets there and those things happen.
Yeah, well, she's a jerk anyway.
That's just really
He should have never done it. He only should have moved there if he wanted to live there and thought it was a better place to live. Because he didn't. He really liked where he was at. He had a kick-ass house.
It also could have been a total scam. Getting him over there.
No, they were dating though. They were dating. They had dated for a couple of years.
He should have gone over there and felt out the whole thing first. A few times, more than a few times.
It happened over a couple of years.
That's a little shady to me.
It happens. Guys have more money than... This was a very successful dude. They have more money than common sense.
Oh, totally.
Uproot their lives and then move to another country. Not because they want to live there, but because they're trying to please their girl.
Mm.
And then as soon as they get in town, within a few weeks...
Mm.
And then she starts dating another dude from the office.
Right in front of him. Yeah, that's nice. She's a winner.
That's why you shouldn't move for a woman unless she's got a better city and you really want to live there.
Or you shouldn't work in the same company as the person you're dating.
Well, they already were.
That's completely... Listen, every doctor sleeps with his nurse. Every pilot fucks his flight attendant. Every lawyer screws his little intern chick. You can't help it. It happens. You're in the environment. It's like the chemistry, whatever, It just happens. How old are you? It's like this just happens all the time. Seriously. There's no... It just all of a sudden you're like, one day... Chunky and I could totally be like, oh my gosh, I just never knew. Like, you like, it just happens. You're like there, you get along, and next thing you know, you're like, there's nothing you can do about it. And then when it happens, you're like, fuck, excuse me.
No, but there's so many consequences to it, though.
Okay, but you're like this, and it just, like, when you fall in love or you're in super duper shit happens, man. And, like, it happens. And you're like, okay, I'm just going to deal with it. And whatever happens, happens, happens. And then you go deal with it. And maybe it wasn't the greatest job for you. And maybe it was the best thing for you to, like, have this happen. And then you go find a bigger and better job. And you got rid of him and the job. Mm-hmm. But, I mean, you can't, it's going to happen. We're only humans. There's human nature. There's chemistry. There's things. It just happens. You can't help it. Mm-hmm. Every co-worker, I don't give a shit if you work at the garbage dump. You're gonna fuck your garbage dump lady there. It happens. It just happens. The prisoner sleeps with the guard chick. I mean, it happens. Crap, they made movies about it. Mm-hmm.